Whitney Elizabeth Houston was an American singer, actress, film producer, and philanthropist who departed from this life in 1997. As one of the most awarded artists of all time, The Voice is a vocalist who has won several honors and been admitted into numerous halls of fame. Her performances and crossover success on the popular music charts served as inspiration for the destruction of racial borders in popular culture. It has been noted that Houston's vocal style, distinct tone, and contribution to the mainstreaming of gospel singing techniques are all noteworthy. In 2023, Rolling Stone ranked her as the second greatest singer of all time. Houston has become one of the best-selling musicians in history with over 220 million recordings sold globally. In addition, she increased her profile by starring in and producing multicultural films. Numerous documentaries and TV programs have focused on her life and profession. Houston started her singing career as a young girl at New Hope Baptist Church in Newark, New Jersey. In high school, she moved into background vocals. After becoming pro in 1981, she was among the first black women to feature on the cover of 17. Houston, then 19 years old, signed to Arista Records at the age of 19, assisted by Chairman Clive Davis. Whitney Houston, 1985, and Whitney, 1987, her first two studio albums, are among the best-selling albums of all time and both reached at number 1 on the Billboard 200. Since 1988, she is the only performer to achieve 7 consecutive number 1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. I'm Your Baby Tonight, 1990, her third studio album, had 2 U.S. number 1 hits, All the Man That I Need, and the title tune. A lot of media outlets covered Houston's performance of The Star-Spangled Banner at Super Bowl 25 in 1991. Houston made her acting debut in the mixed-review romantic thriller The Bodyguard, 1992, which also happened to be the 10th highest-grossing film of the same year. Its soundtrack won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year and continues to be the best-selling soundtrack album of all time. Lead song, I Will Always Love You, won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year and went on to become the best-selling female record in history. Houston later appeared in and recorded the soundtracks for the films Waiting to Exhale, 1995, and The Preacher's Wife, 1996. The latter, which Houston produced herself, went on to become the all-time best-selling gospel record. Exhale, Shoop Shoop, became her 11th Billboard Hot 100 number 1 song from the previous soundtrack. When Houston's first studio album in 8 years, My Love Is Your Love, was released in 1998, critics praised it as one of her best. Her work as a film producer produced movies like Cinderella, 1997, and hit TV series including Sparkle, 2012, and The Princess Diaries. She signed a $100 million contract renewal with Arista Records in 2001, one of the largest recording agreements ever, as a result of her popularity. But her personal issues started to take precedence over her musical career. Her drug usage and her turbulent marriage to musician Bobby Brown were widely covered by the media, even though her 2002 studio album, Just Whitney, had mixed reviews. Houston's last studio album, I Look to You, 2009, helped her climb back to the top of the Billboard 200 list following her divorce from Brown. Heart problems and cocaine usage were major causes in Houston's accidental drowning in a bathtub at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills in February 2012. The 2012 Grammy Awards were held the day after she passed away, and news of her passing was reported globally along with her funeral ceremony. According to a survey conducted by Sony Electronics and the Nielsen Television Research Company, coverage of Houston's passing was deemed the most unforgettable entertainment event in television history. Her professional earnings over a 25-year period amounted to $250 million in assets. Early years and family. Emily, Sissy, Drinkard and John Russell Houston Jr. welcomed Whitney Elizabeth Houston into the world on August 9, 1963, at Presbyterian Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. Before going solo, Sissy, a Grammy-winning gospel and soul vocalist, founded the Sweet Inspirations and performed with the Drinkard Singers. John was a former Army soldier who worked for the mayor of Newark as an administrator. Her father gave Houston the nickname Nippy. Houston was born to African-American parents. Houston was said to have some Native American and Dutch heritage on her mother's side. Houston was a distant cousin of opera soprano Leontine Price and a cousin of singers Dionne and Dee Dee Warwick through Cissy. Aretha Franklin was considered an honorary aunt, while Houston's godmother was Darlene Love. Her great-great-grandfather, Jeremiah Burke Sanderson, was an American abolitionist and defender of Black Americans' civil and educational rights in the middle of the 19th century, according to her father. Houston has 3 elder brothers, Michael, the former basketball star and singer, and John III, the paternal half-brother. 3 years after the 1967 racial riots in Newark, the family moved to an East Orange suburban neighborhood. Houston's parents reared her as a Baptist, and at the age of 5, she began piano lessons and joined the choir at the New Hope Baptist Church in Newark. Later on, she remembered that she was also exposed to the adjacent Pentecostal church. At the age of 12, Houston sang the song, "Guide Me O Thou Great Jehovah," in her first solo performance at New Hope. Houston informed her mother that she wanted to pursue a career in music when she was a teenager. Cissy would teach her to sing throughout her adolescent years. In addition to Franklin, her mother, and her cousins, Houston was influenced by vocalists like Gladys Knight, Roberta Flack, and Chaka Khan. Houston went at Whitney E. Houston Academy of Creative and Performing Arts, formerly known as Franklin Elementary School, until moving to Mount St. Dominic Academy for her 6th grade year. Personal life: Houston prioritized singing gospel music on all of her live concert tours because she was a devout Christian. At a youth summer camp in East Orange, Houston met Robin Crawford, a collegiate basketball player from Monmouth University, when she was 16 years old. At the camp, the two served as counselors. Soon after, Houston referred to Crawford as the sister she never had, and the two became close friends. They moved into a 20-mile distance apartment building in Woodbridge, New Jersey, as roommates after Houston graduated. Crawford joined Houston as executive assistant shortly after the singer got a record deal with Arista. In 1987, Houston and Crawford refuted allegations of a relationship circulating during Houston's early rise to stardom in an interview with Time magazine. In her memoirs A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston, published in 2019, Crawford acknowledged that their early connection was amorous before Houston had a record deal. Houston's had Crawford as a personal friend and employee until 2000. In the 1980s, Houston was romantically associated with actor Eddie Murphy, restaurateur Brad Johnson, American football player Randall Cunningham, and musician Jermaine Jackson. After that, she went to the 1989 Soul Train Music Awards and met R&B star Bobby Brown. On July 18, 1992, the two got married following a 3-year romance. The Smash album, Something in Common, was among the songs on which the two vocalists occasionally worked together. Brown would later have other run-ins with the authorities for violence, drug possession, and intoxicated driving, as well as some jail time. The couple's only child, Bobby Christina Brown, March 4, 1993 to July 26, 2015, was born in Houston on March 4, 1993. Houston disclosed that she experienced a miscarriage while filming The Bodyguard in a 1993 interview with Barbara Walters. Houston and Brown attempted to conceive again during their marriage, but Houston experienced multiple miscarriages, including one in July 1994 and another in December 1996. After threatening to beat Houston during an argument, Brown was charged with violence in December 2003. He then physically attacked her. Houston's face was visibly injured, according to the police. 1 year after the premiere of Being Bobby Brown, in September 2006, Houston officially separated from Brown. The following month, she filed for divorce. On April 24, 2007, the divorce was approved after Houston acknowledged that Brown had been unreliable in providing for their adolescent daughter. Funeral and demise: Houston was said to have looked erratic and disheveled in the days preceding her passing. Houston paid singers Brandy and Monica a visit on February 9, 2012, when they were rehearsing for Clive Davis's pre-Grammy Award celebration at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills. She performed in public for the last time that day in Hollywood, California, when she went on stage with Kelly Price and sang, "Jesus Loves Me." Houston was discovered unconscious and drowned in the bathtub in Suite 434 of the Beverly Hilton 2 days later, on February 11. When Beverly Hills paramedics got there at 3:30 p.m., they discovered Houston wasn't breathing and started CPR. The time of Houston's death was 3:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There were no obvious signs of criminal intent, according to the local police, although the cause of death was not immediately established. On February 18, 2012, Houston's home church, New Hope Baptist Church in Newark, New Jersey, had an invitation-only memorial service. The 2 hours that the service was supposed to last turned into 4. Performers at the funeral included Alicia Keys, Send Me an Angel, Kim Burrell, A Change Is Gonna Come, R. Kelly, I Look to You, Stevie Wonder, rewritten versions of Ribbon in the Sky, and Love's in Need of Love Today, and CeCe Winans, Don't Cry, and Jesus Loves Me. In between the performances were songs by the church choir, remarks by Houston's record producer Clive Davis, Kevin Costner, her music director Ricky Minor, her cousin Dionne Warwick, and her 11-year security guard, Ray Watson. Aretha Franklin was supposed to sing and was mentioned in the program, but she was unable to attend. Bobby Brown departed the ceremony not too long after it began. In Fairview Cemetery in Westfield, New Jersey, on February 19, 2012, Houston was buried next to her father, John Russell Houston, who had died in 2003. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office stated on March 22, 2012, that the effects of atherosclerotic heart disease and cocaine use as well as drowning were the cause of Houston's death. According to the office, the quantity of cocaine discovered in Houston's body suggested that she had taken the drug not long before her away. Additional medications were found in her system by toxicology tests, including cyclobenzaprine, Flexeril, cannabis, diphenhydramine, Benadryl, and alprazolam, Xanax, a strong tranquilizer of intermediate duration that belongs to the triazolobenzodiazepine group of substances. Accident was stated as the cause of death. Achievements and honors. Houston's trophy collection was extensive, consisting of 2 Emmys, 8 Grammy Awards, 2 of which came from the Grammy Hall of Fame, 14 World Music Awards, 16 Billboard Music Awards, bringing her total to 46 Billboard Awards, and 22 American Music Awards. Houston presently holds the record for the most American Music Awards won by a female in a single year, having won 8 in 1994, tying Michael Jackson's total. At the Billboard Music Prize's 4th annual presentation in 1993, Houston became the first artist to win more than 11 prizes in a single night, a record that stood at the time. Houston, who took home 5 awards from the 6th World Music Awards in 1994, is still the record holder for the most WMAs earned in a single year. With 30 Guinness World Records, Houston is also the black female artist with the most total in history. 11 years after making her BET debut with the You Give Good Love music video, Houston became the first female winner of the BET Walk of Fame in 1996. At the age of 33, she also became the youngest recipient of this distinction ever. Houston became the first singer to get a BET Lifetime Achievement Award in 2001, 5 years later. At the tender age of 37, Houston became the youngest winner of the accolade, maintaining her record as the youngest recipient. She was given another distinction by BET in 2010 when she was given a BET Honors Award. Houston is one of just 2 musicians recognized by the BET network with all 3 accolades. Houston came in 3rd on VH1's list of the 50 Greatest Women of the Video Era in May 2003. Houston came in at number 9 on Billboard magazine's 2008 list of the Hot 100 All-Time Top Artists, which was published in honor of the 50th anniversary of the U.S. singles chart. She also received a September 2010 VH1 Top 100 Greatest Artists of All Time ranking. Houston was rated 3rd on Billboard's Top 50 R&B/Hip Hop Artists of the Past 25 Years list, which was published in November 2010. Houston went on to achieve 8 #1 singles on the R&B/hip-hop songs chart and 5 #1s on the R&B/hip-hop albums chart. Houston's debut album is on the definitive 200 list of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and is ranked as one of the 500 greatest albums of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. Her initial chart hit was recognized by Billboard in 2004 as one of 110 musical milestones in its history. According to USA Today in 2007, Houston's debut into the music business is regarded as one of the 25 major musical events of the last 25 years. It said she set the stage for Mariah Carey's vocal gymnastics, which reached the top of the charts. She was ranked number 9, second among women, on Billboard's list of the 35 greatest R&B artists of all time in 2015. With more than 220 million albums sold globally, Houston is among the best-selling recording artists of all time. In addition, she is the 20th century's best-selling female R&B performer. More physical singles have been sold by Houston than by any other female solo artist in history. With 61 million certified records as of 2023, she was included by the Recording Industry Association of America as one of the best-selling artists in the country. 7 studio albums and 2 soundtrack albums, all certified diamond, multi-platinum, or platinum, were released by Houston. Houston became the first female solo recording artist to achieve diamond status with an album in November 1993 after receiving a 10-time platinum certification for the Bodyguard soundtrack. She was the first solo artist to obtain 2 diamond albums in January 1994, following the 10-time platinum certification of her debut album, Whitney Houston. The 1987 album Whitney, which Houston released, was also awarded diamond in October 2020, making her the first and only black music artist to hold 3 diamond certifications. Among the all-time best-selling albums are those 3 as well. Additionally, Houston is the only music artist who is black and female who has more than 6 albums that have sold 10 million copies or more worldwide. With over 50 million copies sold worldwide, The Bodyguard continues to hold the record for both best-selling soundtrack album and best-selling album by a female music artist. With sales of over 20 million copies worldwide, Houston's I Will Always Love You became the best-selling physical single by a woman in music history as well as the best-selling single by a black musical artist. The Preacher's Wife, which she soundtracked in 1996, is the best-selling gospel CD ever. The Whitney E. Houston Academy School of Creative and Performing Arts replaced the Franklin School in East Orange, New Jersey, in 1997. Her honorary doctorate in humanities was from Louisiana's Grambling State University. 2013 saw Houston's induction into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. She was admitted into the official Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame in August 2014 as a member of its second class. Following her initial nomination, Houston was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on January 15, 2020. More than 35 years after releasing her first album and on the 35th anniversary of the release of her historic debut. Houston's 1992 hit song, I Will Always Love You, was added to the Library of Congress's National Recording Registry in March 2020. This is because the song has cultural, historical, and aesthetic importance in the American soundscape and is considered to be one of the oral treasures worthy of preservation on the registry. When the I Will Always Love You music video crossed the 1 billion watch mark on YouTube in October 2020, Houston became the first solo artist of the 20th century to have a video achieve that feat. Houston was among the first 13 artists to receive the BPI's Brits Billion Award in May 2023 for attaining 1 billion career streams in the UK. After her 1987 hit song, I Wanna Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me, attained the milestone of being streamed over 1 billion times, Houston became the first solo artist who made their debut in the 1980s in July 2023. Previously known as the Vauxhall Service Area of the Garden State Parkway, the Whitney Houston Service Area was officially opened by the New Jersey Hall of Fame in December 2023. The New Jersey Hall of Fame provided an explanation for the name, stating that it was a part of their ongoing program to honor its inductees by building displays about them and renaming Garden State Parkway service areas after them. Houston became one of several well-known New Jerseyans, including Toni Morrison, Frank Sinatra, Celia Cruz, and John Bon Jovi, to have service areas named in their honor. Philanthropy. Houston has long been a global sponsor of several causes. She founded the Whitney Houston Foundation for Children in 1989. It provided health care to sick and destitute kids, worked to stop child abuse, read aloud to kids, built parks and playgrounds in inner cities, and awarded college scholarships, one of which went to the Juilliard School. In 1988, Houston raised over $250,000 for the United Negro College Fund, UNCF, at a Madison Square Garden event. Houston gave away all of the proceeds from her 1991 Super Bowl XXV rendition of The Star-Spangled Banner to support the families and veterans of the Gulf War. The record company did the same, and as a consequence, she was elected to the American Red Cross Board of Directors. Houston reissued The Star-Spangled Banner in 2001 in response to the terrorist attacks in order to raise money for the New York Fraternal Order of Police and the New York Firefighters 9/11 Disaster Relief Fund. She gave up her royalties for the song, which made over $1 million and peaked at #1 on the charts in October 2001. Houston turned down a performance in South Africa during the apartheid era in the 1980s. The media and other musicians took notice of her when she performed at the 1988 Freedom Fest in London for the then-imprisoned Nelson Mandela. Furthermore, throughout the first 10 years of the AIDS crisis, Houston became an activist in the battle against HIV and AIDS. Among other things, the Whitney Houston Foundation for Children specifically concentrated on aiding kids affected by HIV/AIDS. Whitney participated in the AIDS Benefit 15th Anniversary Gala for Arista Records in 1990. She sang, "I Wanna Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me, Greatest Love of All," and "That's What Friends Are For," alongside her cousin Dionne Warwick. Whitney took part in the Reach Out and Touch Someone AIDS Vigil in September 1991, 1 year after she had completed her landmark 10-date residency at London's Wembley Arena. At the vigil, Whitney emphasized the significance of HIV stigma reduction and AIDS research. Understanding her status as a homosexual legend, Whitney shocked everyone in June 1999 by heading out on tour to promote the My Love Is Your Love album and showing up at the 13th annual New York City Lesbian and Homosexual Pride Dance, also known as Dance 13, the last dance of the century, at one of the city's West Side piers. Instinct magazine said that Houston's unexpected visit to the piers ushered in a new era that would eventually make high-profile artists performing at LGBTQ events virtually commonplace. Before Houston walked the stage, MTV VJ John Norris asked her, "We're all God's children, honey," to which Houston replied, "We are grateful that you watched the entire video. Please share your thoughts in the area provided below. We hope you found this video useful. If you liked the video, don't forget to share, like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next videos. Bye bye.